Out in the open ocean, visibility can drop to almost nothing. Light fades quickly with depth. Red disappears first, then orange, then yellow. Within meters, the world turns blue. Within tens of meters, shapes dissolve into shadow. Sound travels far underwater, but it bends, scatters, and echoes unpredictably. So how does a predator hunt in near darkness, across miles of open water? Great white sharks don't rely on sight alone. In fact, even if you were perfectly still, silent, camouflaged, and hidden, a great white could still detect you. Not because it sees you, but because your body is generating electricity, and in seawater, electricity travels. Every time your heart beats, it's triggered by an electrical impulse. A small wave of voltage moves across cardiac muscle cells, telling them to contract in perfect sequence. The same is true for every voluntary movement you make. Muscle contraction begins with electrical signaling. Nerve communication depends on electrical gradients. Even your brain functions through carefully regulated electrical currents. Your body is not just biochemical, it is bioelectrical. On land, these signals dissipate quickly. Air is a poor conductor. But salt water is different. Seawater is filled with dissolved ions, sodium, chloride, magnesium, which allow electrical fields to propagate more effectively. That means the tiny electrical activity inside your body doesn't simply stay inside, it spreads outward. Now imagine being able to feel that spread. That's exactly what a great white shark can do. And it does so using one of the most remarkable sensory systems in the animal kingdom. If you look closely at a great white snout, you'll notice small black pores scattered across the surface. They look insignificant. But each pore leads to a jelly-filled canal embedded beneath the skin. At the base of that canal are specialized electroreceptor cells connected directly to the shark's brain. This network is called the Ampullae of Lorenzini, named after the Italian physician Stefano Lorenzini, who first described them in the 1600s. The jelly inside these canals is highly conductive. When an electrical field touches the shark's skin, even one created by a faint heartbeat, the field alters the voltage inside the canal. That change is detected by sensory cells and transmitted as a neural signal. The result is not seeing electricity. It is perceiving gradients, directional differences in electrical intensity. And the sensitivity is extraordinary. Scientists have measured thresholds as low as 5 billionths of a volt per centimetre. That is roughly equivalent to detecting the electrical activity of a small prey animal hidden beneath sand, from several body lengths away. But sensing electricity is only part of the story. The real question is how the shark filters useful signals from an ocean full of interference. The ocean is not electrically quiet. Storm systems generate large-scale electrical fields. Ocean currents move charged particles constantly. Temperature gradients influence ionic distribution. Even the Earth itself produces a magnetic field interacting with seawater. So how does a shark isolate one biological signal from that background? The answer lies in integration. Sharks do not rely on electrosensing alone. They combine it with multiple sensory systems. One of the most important is the lateral line. The lateral line is a series of fluid-filled canals running along the shark's body. It detects pressure changes and vibration. When something moves in water, it displaces fluid. The lateral line senses those micro-disturbances. Now imagine combining vibration detection with electrical detection. If the lateral line detects a disturbance and the ampullae detect a matching electrical field, the shark's brain cross-references both signals. The result is a layered, three-dimensional sensory model. The shark doesn't just know something is there, it knows what kind of thing it is. Here's where the biology becomes even more nuanced. Not all electrical patterns are equal. A calm fish produces steady, rhythmic pulses. An injured fish produces erratic bursts. A seal struggling near the surface generates chaotic electrical spikes. In controlled experimental environments, sharks have shown stronger orientation responses toward irregular electrical stimuli than toward steady ones. Why? Because erratic signals often indicate vulnerability. In other words, stress changes your electrical pattern. Increased heart rate changes voltage rhythms. Muscle tension alters current flow. Your internal state modifies your bioelectric signature. So even if you remain motionless, your body may still be broadcasting urgency. This is why stillness alone does not equal invisibility. As a great white closes in on prey, observers have documented a distinctive behavior. Just before striking, the shark often rolls its eyes backward. This protects the eyes from damage, but it also signals something else. At close range, vision becomes secondary. Water refracts light. Turbulence distorts shape. Instead, the shark relies almost entirely on electrosensing. In laboratory tests, blindfolded sharks have successfully located prey buried beneath sand. They do this by following electrical gradients directly to their source. Sight can be blocked. Electricity cannot. Even a fish hidden under sediment continues producing cardiac signals, and the Ampullae of Lorenzini detect them. The ampullae are not limited to hunting. Recent marine studies suggest sharks may use them to detect variations in Earth's magnetic field. The planet's magnetic field creates subtle electrical potentials in conductive seawater. If the ampullae can detect voltage gradients from prey, they may also detect these geomagnetic patterns. Some researchers propose that sharks use magnetic intensity as a navigational map, tracking subtle differences to migrate thousands of miles with surprising accuracy. In this sense, the ampullae function as both a targeting system and a compass. The ocean, which appears empty to humans, is structured by invisible electrical and magnetic forces. To a shark, it is mapped. If electrosensing is so crucial, can it be disrupted? Engineers have developed electric deterrent devices designed to overwhelm a shark's receptors. Some reduce encounter probability, but none fully eliminate risk. The reason is evolutionary refinement. The ampullae evolved over approximately 400 million years. They are tuned to detect faint, natural biological signals amid constant environmental fluctuation. Artificial pulses often resemble background noise, and sharks can adapt to repeated exposure. Overriding this system is not simple. It is not mechanical, it is biological. For decades, divers believed remaining still reduced risk. And in some contexts, reducing splash and vibration is helpful. But electrosensing alters the equation. Stillness reduces motion detection. It does not eliminate electrical output. Your heart continues firing. Your neurons continue transmitting. Your muscles maintain tone. Even at rest, your body generates measurable bioelectric fields. In seawater, those fields extend outward. Complete invisibility, in electrical terms, is impossible for a living organism. The greatest strength of this system is not aggression, it is efficiency. Electrosensing allows sharks to distinguish living prey from inanimate objects. This prevents wasted energy. In vast open water, where prey density can be low, certainty matters more than speed. Electrosensing provides confirmation. It turns possibility into probability. When people think of sharks, they imagine teeth, speed, power, but those are visible traits. The true advantage lies beneath the skin, a sensory network capable of detecting life itself, interpreting invisible voltage gradients, mapping organisms before they are visible, and acting with precision. The ocean may appear empty to us, but to a great white shark, it is layered with information, filled with electrical whispers. Organized by gradients we cannot perceive. You cannot see your electrical field. You cannot feel it spreading into the water, but it is there, with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every nerve impulse. And somewhere beneath the surface, there may be a predator capable of reading that field as clearly as you read this screen. That is not mythology. It is not exaggeration. It is biology, an elegant evolutionary solution to hunting in a low visibility world. And once you understand that, the ocean feels different, not darker, not more dangerous, but more complex, more intelligent, more alive. If you found this exploration compelling, subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden sensory world shaping life on Earth. Because sometimes, the most powerful abilities in nature are the ones we cannot perceive at all.